What's up, daddies and gentlemen? My name is Thomas.
I'm GC.
And welcome to
Daddy's Home!
So for this week's episode, we're gonna talk about a recent trending viral photo posted here in Iloilo City.
So there's a local business here in Iloilo which became controversial because they had this married couples only policy. So I think this has never been done before in the history of Iloilo, of this city, or I don't know, of the Philippines. So people have been talking about it, not just here locally but internationally as well. So we're gonna talk about it and react about it, and we're gonna share to you guys where we stand as well.
So let's have a view of the video. Let's go!
Mga kapamilya farm resort sa probinsya sang Iloilo, inapabugalay na policy for married couples only ang mga room accommodations. Yan report. Malinong, matinlo, kag malapit sa kakahuyan. Bilang tourism accredited farm resort, ang Ephrathah Farm sa Barangay Sariri, Badiangan, Iloilo, ang may kaugalingon nga mga pagsulundan. Kangay na lang sang viral nga litrato sila hotel guidelines, ilabi na sa pagpabooking sang kwarto nga nagakinahanglan kasado ang magpares nga babae kag lalaki. May bersyon pa ini, sa din may litrato sa mga artista sa telesari nga Halik.
We believe that this is the business of God, and we want Ephrathah Farms to be unique in a way that we follow the principles as guided by the Bible.
Ginathag sang tagdumalahan sa resorts, wala sang diskriminasyon sa ila pagsulundan. Ugaling, inilang ang santo sila pagpati bilang mga Kristiyano. Mahimo makapabuk sang kwarto ang magbarkada, may dala sang bata o kon grupo, apang indigid pwede ang wala pa makasal.
Gina-explain namon in a nice way man na first ang amon policy diri amo gina-require namon ang married couple lang gid mag-share sang room.
May ara gid nga mga guests nga naga-walk out in case nga wala sila ipakita ang proofs.
Para sa customer nga si Bing, maayo ini para mahilayo ang mga kabataan sa premarital sex.
Yung mga youngs, no, na maturuan sila ng tamang asa.
Bawal man ang pagpanigarilyo, ang pag-inom sang makahulubog nga ilimnon, kag ang sugal sa sulod sang farm.
So we promote syempre good lifestyle, healthy lifestyle, no, healthy living.
Sa karon, ginapabugal sang farm resort ang ila all-glass chapel nga popular para sa mga prenup shoots. Ang ila hydroponic greenhouse nga nagapatubas sang organic nga produkto nga ginaservice sila nga restaurant. Kaga mga amenities kangay sang dormitory kag pavilion nga patok para sa mga pamilya kag barkada sa anuman nga okasyon.
So let's talk about this local business here in Iloilo, Ephrathah Farms. They recently made a policy, the married couples only policy, which means if you are not married or cannot prove that you're married, you cannot check into their rooms. So it created a buzz locally and internationally.
Interesting enough because it's not normal for hotels to ask for that kind of, for hotels to ask for proof of marriage or proof of relationship, because anybody can check in, because that's business. It's interesting because whether you like it or not, you will have to comply with these rules. Otherwise, you cannot check in. What do you say about that?
Well, it certainly goes against the traditional business where you want as many people as possible to come in and do business with you.
Yes, the more the merrier.
The more the merrier.
So if you wish customers to come, you would want to please them, and you would want to adapt to their beliefs or to their whatever they want, because the customer is always right. But this time, it's different. You will have to adjust to the business.
Well, to some extent, some people consider this policy very discriminatory. And I understand that some people may get offended, but like you said earlier, it's their business, it's their, they create the policy.
Yes.
So a lot of eyebrows were raised when this particular business established this policy, because in this generation, generally a lot of people will say that right now liberalism is the trend. So everybody should be accepted. Everything is open and everyone is accepted. So this created a buzz among those with the opinion that everyone should be welcome. So this creates a lot of implications. It implies, what if we're engaged? Or what if I already have a family? I have children with with my partner, but we're not legally engaged. So a lot of questions are raised, but I'm sure behind all this, the business owner had good intentions. I believe so.
In this Facebook and Twitter generation, it's enough to say one thing and offend everybody. That's why people have to be careful with what they post. I think it's important to realize that once you enter into a culture or into a system, it's not the culture or the system that adapts to you, but that you will have to adapt to it. So let's put it this way, Gis. I enter a school where the rule states you will have to wear white uniform and white shoes. And you would insist on not wearing any uniform because you're used to it, and that's what you believe. And you're gonna wear sneakers because that's what's comfortable. So who do you think is right? Or what do you think that would be the implication of that? I am sure that it makes sense because rules are there for some reason. Okay? So school uniforms provide a sense of identity to the school or to the student. So you're easily identified here. So this time, Ephrathah posted these rules because that's what they believe and that's their identity. Perhaps that's their image. That's what they want society to accept about them. And probably later on, if they would want to embrace that, then it would be good.
Well, I would just like to point out that this business has the right to do that. So if the customer walks in and does not agree with the policy, then they also have the right to look for another business to deal with or check into. So both parties have the right to both parties have the right. So Ephrathah Farms, I believe they have been respectful in establishing this policy. So I believe the customers should respect their policy because it is their right to do so.
Well, I think that you can suggest policies, but it will still be up to the business if they would want to adapt it or not. But you can suggest. That's because it's not your business. So get your nose out of their business.
Mind your own business. Is Ephrathah Farms losing business because of this policy? Does that necessarily mean their sales are down or their profit is down? That's a good question to ask.
What we like about Ephrathah is that they have no fear in making a stand here. So it's what they believe, it's what they posted there, they stick to it, and you cannot change it unless they want to.
I applaud how they dealt with this in a very classy, respectable way. I mean, they were not disrespectful in telling we're not doing business with you. They did it in a very professional, classy way. So, applause to Ephrathah Farms, and of course, I believe that they are trying to elevate the standards of doing business, not just for the sake of making money, but they are touching moral grounds here as well. So they really want to elevate the standards of business and I believe morality as well.
So I think it's not a sign of bad marketing, but I think it's a sign of good marketing.
Yeah.
Because you're touching so many hearts here, touching so many egos here. So if you don't have an impact in society, then probably you're not a good business. So here in Daddy's Home, we are for marriage, we are for parenting, and we are for good values. We push on having a stand. So the more you stand and you stick with your principles, the more you become influential in a way.
Just one thing to add, I believe if you stand for something, it creates trust. So I believe people will trust businesses more businesses like this if they take a stand on things like this one.
We salute you, Ephrathah Farms.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited to get back there because I like their fresh
Salad.
vegetable salad.
I like the salad. Try the
Vegetable
salad.
Yes. Right? So that's it for this week's episode. We hope you had a good time listening to our comments. It's our first time to
Yeah.
make a
Reaction
video.
Also, please, we want to hear your thoughts as well. We shared ours. Please comment on the comment section below. What are your thoughts about this recent news?
Thank you TV Patrol Iloilo for the short clip. And we'd like to thank Ephrathah Farms for giving us permission in reacting to the recent viral video. So we hope to get in touch with you soon. And we wish you a wonderful day. Bye-bye!